Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to Intro to Business Week number 2 in the summer of 23. So I'm excited for you guys. I think you guys are doing a good job thus far. I went through your some of the discussions. I still need more to go, so please be patient with me in regards to grading them. But I am here to kind of give you guys an overview how week 1 went, and of course we'll tell you what to expect in week number 2 and kind of prepare you for week number 3. All right, so here we are. Week number 1 went fairly well. I expected a little bit of a transition for some of you. A lot of you actually are old students, so you know exactly what to do. You know how I operate. You know what I do. You know how I do it. So it was super easy to see a lot of I'm coming back. I know Jamie Hamilton, you've been in class with me. Johanna, you've been in class with me. A lot of names I recognize and I've seen in my Principles of Management course. So welcome back to another 8 weeks of torture with Mr. Argueta. So excited to have you guys in class because you make it so much easier. You know exactly. Angela, you've been here before. So I'm just excited to see a lot of names that I'm familiar with, that I know. You guys have obviously understood the assignment on how Mr. Argueta operates his class, and it should be smooth sailing. You know what the expectation is from me. You don't have any surprises here. So again, welcome. And for those of you that this is your first time experiencing a class with me, I promise you, I'm not that difficult. Only requirement I have is just do the work on time. I don't accept late work, with the exception of one thing, is discussions, because they are so many points on your final grade. So I do allow that, but all the McGraw-Hill work, week 1 is gone. It will never be seen again. I hope you guys kept the questions on the weekly quizzes, because you will see some of those in your final. This class does not have a midterm. It only has a final. So be prepared for that. All right. That being said, well done, guys. I appreciate all your efforts and hard work. Today is the no-show drop date. So I hope that you guys did your no-show, because the no-show assignment is something that I do not dictate. That is told to us by TCSG. And for the most part, it looks like almost everyone, with the exception of one person, did it. So congrats. We're all in class. Let's do it. Let me just start off by telling you, here's what I'm drinking today. Ooh, right there. There we go. This is a Trader Joe's coffee. It's a French roast coffee cup, dark roast. It's pretty good. There it is. I've had a cup this morning, and this is my afternoon cup. And then I am a fan of these. I don't know if any of you guys have traveled. They give off these Biscoff cookies. Costco sells them in like a big pack, so I buy them from there and enjoy a Biscoff or 2 in my afternoon snack. And here I am talking to you guys. So today's a beautiful day. As you can see, the sun is out. It's beautiful outside. I'm probably going to get out and do some walking today. I want to get out of the apartment here that I'm in, and it's actually a little house in New York. So I just want to get out and get out and explore a little bit, maybe do some, I don't know, sightseeing or whatever. But here I am, guys. I'm here for you. So forget about New York. Let's talk about you. All right. So ultimately, here's what we got this week. We have 2 chapters, as you guys are familiar with. Every week, we knock out 2 chapters. There's 3 assignments in each chapter: your smart book, your homework, and your quiz. And of course, your discussion. So the key to the discussion is to make sure you do more than just a sentence. That's important, because I grade based on content. I want to read that you understand what we're talking about. And number 2, that you respond to the people that you need to. So 2 of your classmates plus this video. Your original post gives you 100%. So as long as you're not just putting some nonsense out there, let's actually have a discussion over these topics. All right. So this upcoming week actually is one of my favorite in Intro to Businesses, because let me tell you, in my journey through business and entrepreneurship and helping others in business, one of the most, resounding questions that people ask me is how to get started in business. What do I do? And in chapter 4, by the way, we're doing chapter 4 and 6 this week. Chapter 4, it talks about organization of a business. In particular, the structure of a business. What does that actually mean, right? And most of the people that come up to me, they'll say, do I have to incorporate? Do I have to do a LLC? And that's where, where most business people are understanding the beginning foundations of how you structure and why the benefits to a corporation or an LLC or a sole proprietorship, that's going to be essential for you, key to understand. I get students that say, I just want to work for a corporation. They have no clue what they're talking about. They just think that it's a big company. That's not always true. Corporations could be small. It could be a mid-sized company. Corporate jobs that they talk about is not what people think. So I want to reiterate, this is an important chapter for you in business because it's going to establish your understanding of why a business is structured the way it is, from the way it's founded to the way it grows, and why a sole proprietorship has some benefits and some disadvantages. I need you to know that because that's going to be something that people, when they find out you have a business degree, they'll come to you and they'll say, hey, how do I start? What do I do? Hey, I started my own business. How do I do my taxes? How do I get it started? This is it. This is the chapter that explains that to you. So please make sure you read through this. Take your time on this one because this is going to make the difference on understanding business structures and not. The second part to this, let me go back here as we speak. Chapter 6, excuse me. I've had allergies here, so I apologize if I sound terrible. It talks about the nature in business, and this is a good chapter too. I kind of appreciate the structure of a business. The nature of a business is important, don't get me wrong, but I think that the first part of this is going to understand what it means, what it means to be in a business as a corporation, as an LLC, as a S Corp, as a C Corp, as a sole proprietor, all those good things. So this one talks about really how a business is really designed and business language. And when people say downsizing, when they use those terms, you're going to understand the importance of what management does for you. So many of you said you were in my Principles of Management class. This chapter is going to be a lot of review of that. So it's going to be pretty simple for you to follow with what you already know. The functions of a manager, what a manager actually does. Excuse me while I take a drink of coffee here. So it talks about those fundamental things that managers do. So when you go to an interview, especially in management, one of the questions that people love to ask is, what is the difference between a manager and a leader? What are the key fundamental differences between a manager and a leader? And this explains that. It tells you what a manager should do, how management works. So there are 4 functions to management. There are things that managers should understand and be well aware of. This is going to give you that insight. So I'm excited for you guys because I think that these are good topics to have under your belt. They show your diverse understanding of business, and it allows you the opportunity to have educated discussions with people who need help. So I apologize. In this week, our discussion is going to be surrounded upon the government's environment in business and what role government should play. Obviously, we know that the government uses corporations as a method to understand business. But do you think government has more responsibility? We just lived through a crisis in America, actually in the whole world, and we're still living through a crisis in regards to our recession that we're living through. What role should management play in surviving small businesses and keeping them alive? Should we be funding them? Should we be helping them? Should we be giving them more tax breaks? Like, what are your thoughts in regards to government helping out small businesses? So just to understand the definition of a small business doesn't mean 2 or 3 people. It could be up to, some people count 500 employees, a small business. So when you talk about a lot of the businesses that you see that are a couple hundred people, those are small businesses in America. And the majority of businesses in America are small businesses. So how should the government interact with those businesses? And what do you think their responsibility is to help us as a small business owner? What should they do to help keep it afloat? Because small businesses are the ones that give jobs to Americans, to America. So they're the number one producing job category. So how do we help them out? How do we get them started? How do we get them rolling? How do we keep them in business? So I'm interested in what you have to say. Other than that, I appreciate the comments and the discussion. I read through all of them. I'm grading them, so be patient. I don't know what else to share with you other than the fact that we're doing well. I'm doing well. Hoping to get back home as soon as possible. So I'm still here, but I hope to get back by the end of this week or next. Nothing changes. I'm available to you at any point of the day. As you know, for those of you who have emailed me, I try to email you back ASAP, because I know that your life is busy and I respect that. So I want to make sure that I give you the full attention that you deserve. And that's not just now, that's always in my classes. So guys, thank you for the well wishes. Thank you for all the congratulations. Thank you for all the comments. I'd love to connect with you guys. So please keep them coming. Make your post well organized. You're in business school now. So make sure that you are taking pride and how you represent yourself in business. Please, this isn't, I don't like to treat people like they're just college students. I believe in you as a professional. So I expect professional work from you. So step it up. I expect it. I demand it. I appreciate it. But I believe that you are future business leaders, and I want to see that come out of you now. So guys, with that said, I'm available to you as a resource, as an asset in whatever area you need. Have a great week. I will speak to you next time. I hope you're doing well, you're healthy, you're safe, and you're doing great. Take care. Give a hug to those that you love, and we'll talk to you all next week. Take it. Bye.